Hello everyone, welcome to online classes on building structures 6. In today's session we are going to learn about building structure moment resisting frames. Moment resisting frame is a load resisting skeleton constructed with a straight, curved or tapered members. Beam and columns are interconnected by a rigid connector or a moment connections which resist the moment induced at the joints of the member. So moment resistant frames have nothing but a combination or a connection of beams and columns in such a way that the connection between a beam and a column is a rigid connection or a moment connection. Moment connection in the sense it is capable of transferring the moments which are induced in the beam to the column efficiently. So, by virtue of a rigid beam and a column connection, moment frame cannot displace laterally without bending the beams or columns depending upon the geometry of the connection. So, whenever a lateral load is applied on a connection or a frame, these joints are much more efficient than a simply supported or a simple beam and a column joints. Moment frames are designed to transmit beam end moments and shear forces into the columns without the need of a bracing system to resist the lateral loads. So, the end moments which are induced in the beams and shear forces which are induced in the beams can be transferred from the beam to the column without any need of further bracing arrangements. These are the basic difference between a normal frame, which is a simple beam and a column frame, and a moment resisting frame. Suppose there is a load which is a gravity load applied on a normal frame, a simply supported frame type, then beam will deflect in this way. Because of this deflection, there will be a occurrence of a moments in the beam, but those moments will not be transferred to the columns, and because of that there will be a change in the angle between the beam and a column, and this leads to a destruction of a joint. Whereas if it is a moment resisting frame, the load applied will cause the movements in the beams, and then these beam end movements of the beam will be transferred to the columns. So the deflection of a beam as well as a column will be in such a manner that the angle relation between the beam and a column joint remains same, that is 90. If it was previously it was 90 degree, then even after the deflection also or transfer of moments also it remains as 90 degree, and because of this there won't be excessive destruction to the frame as a in total. Second difference is the bending moment diagram. This is a simple bending moment diagram for bending for a normal beam column joint, whereas this is the bending moment diagram representing for moment resisting frame under a lateral under the loads. Whenever there is a lateral load applied on a normal frame, a column will displace or displacement or we call it as a sway in the column takes place, and because of that the angle also changes between the beam and a column junction, and there might be a failure in the junction or a beam column joint. But whenever there will be a lateral load applied on the beam and a column, a moment will be created which will be transferred from beam to the column, and hence because of that the joint remains intact and the member does not fail under lateral loading sufficient. This is a representative diagram where you can see the deflection of a beams and a columns. Whenever there is a lateral load applied from left to rightwards, there will be a convex and a concave deflection in beams as well as in columns as shown in this figure, and you can refer this figure which is representing a single rigid joint connection. there will be a anti-clockwise movement on one side of the joint and clockwise movement on the other side of the joint. Similarly, in columns also, anti-clockwise on one side and clockwise on the other side. So uh, because of these interrelation between a beam and a column, the movements which are induced in the beam are transferred to the column, and the column transfers those movements to the foundation, and the relation between beam and a column remains intact, and the joint remains uh, intact, or joint does not fail under the loading condition. Because of all these reasons, movement frames are economical for a building up to 20 to 30 story building, only if we are using only a single lateral load resisting system as a movement frames. These are usually preferred for concrete structures. These are usually preferred for concrete structures because of inherent nature of a concrete for a rigid connection. Whereas if we use the same moment resisting frame type for a steel structure, though these are efficient enough, but these will be costlier. Cost analysis revealed that differential between the braced and a moment frame lies somewhere between 200 to 400 depending upon the scope of the project. So when we compare a moment frame with a braced frame also, the analysis reveals that it is almost 2 to 4 times of more than the braced frame structures. But in 20th and 21st century, even though because of all these drawbacks also, even due to all these drawbacks also, even for a 20th modern day buildings, we prefer a moment resisting frame because of some of the reasons are as follows. It works well with a multi-story building that contain wide open space between a building. With a moment frame lack the structural walls, vertical diagonal braces as in case of braced frame or a shear wall system. So we can use moment frames for a very wide open spaces without causing any interruptions. It is better for accommodating taller, higher, and a quantity and expansive window openings. We can adopt this moment frame for a very tall, very high, or a excessive quantity material as well as excessive openings. We can adopt such a frame. Steel moment frame building demonstrate a superior earthquake resisting capacities because of an inherent ductility property of a steel, and the ease in connection for beam and a column joint. Steel gives a better resistance capabilities in case of reversible loads or seismic loads or earthquake loads. Let us study about types of a moment frame. Moment frame can be basically classified based on the material as a reinforced concrete moment frames, steel moment frames. In reinforced concrete moment frames, we can also have a cast in situ or a precast members. Steel movements also we can have regular rolled steel sections, combined sections, or composite sections. Next, second type of a classification is based on a load resisting capacities. In this we have two types, that is ordinary moment resisting frame, we call it as OMRF type, and secondary or a special moment resisting frame, SMRF type. Ordinary moment resisting frames provide the least resistance to lateral motion and also only recommended for a zero or a low seismic regions. So we can use this type of a moment resisting frames for a very least lateral motions, or wherever a zero or a low seismic regions are in a zero or a low seismic regions. Special moment resistings are stronger compared to OMRF types. They are designed to withstand a dramatic inelastic deformation in both members as well as in connection when subjected to a lateral forces. SMRFs are used in mid to high seismic activities and are detailed as a properly detailed SMRF is referred as a most ductile lateral force resisting system. So as per the Indian standard codal provision of IS 1893, the movement resisting frames which are designed and detailed as per IS 13920 are referred as SMRF type of movement resisting frame or ductile movement resisting frame. Third classification is based on a member arrangement. We can have a single span, multi-span, monospan, L canopy, T canopy, lean-to, or single post, two post, or a three post type of a movement resisting frames. These can be of a single story or a two to three story at the maximum. Whereas in case of multi-story buildings, we go for such arrangements, like this type of arrangement we prefer. Now, behavior of movement frame for a lateral loads. The lateral deflection components of a rigid frame can be thought of as being caused by two components. One is shear component of a deflection and another is a bending component of a deflection. So a deflection of a beam, shear deflection contributes a small portion to overall deflection, whereas bending deflection will cover a maximum portion. It is in the range of 20 is to 80 ratio. Now these are a typical shear force and a bending moment diagram for a moment resisting frame. For simplicity sake, I have given a shear force diagram, bending moment diagram separately for beam and separately for columns. But in case when we draw actual shear force and a bending moment diagram, both shall be, that is for beams and as well as columns, shall be represented in one single diagram. So when I say a shear force diagram for a column and shear force diagram for a beam, these are the representation. You can see a maximum shear force will be at the bottom, whereas minimum shear force will be at the top story columns as well as beams. And these are the bending moment diagrams for beams and columns. So whenever there is a load applied, there will be a maximum positive bending moment at the top and a maximum negative bending moment at the bottom. Similarly, on the beams also, one end will have a maximum positive bending moment and the other end will have a maximum negative bending moment. Advantages of moment resisting frames are these provide a flexibility for architectural design and a layout, because of these can be adopted for a very huge span as well as a height. Steel movement frames are most suitable for a high-rise structures situated in seismic regions. Then disadvantages are these produces a deflections and a drift compared to braced frames and shear walls. So the deflection and drifts produced by movement frames are comparatively higher when compared to braced frames and a shear walls. So in case of lateral load resisting system, we can go for braced frame and shear wall rather than a movement resisting frame. Produces a localized stress concentration at a rigid joints. Wherever rigid joints are provided, at that section there will be a concentration of stresses which may fail the rigid connection if a proper detailing is not done. Require care in the erection of connections in order to resist a lateral load properly. Connection details has to be done properly, and therefore a skilled labor are required. Expensive moment connections. The joint connections or the rigid connections which are provided especially for steel frames are very expensive or costly. So this is a brief introduction about moment resisting frames. Thank you.